Good afternoon, everyone. This is the video on the theoretical background of the first unit, that is language and linguistics. So let's just start with the video. So the very first question is, what is linguistics? So linguistics is basically the scientific study of a language, as we know. But from when it has been studied, or from when it has become the object of a study. So it's back by the end of the 18th century when William Jones came and he compared the three languages, that are Sanskrit, Latin and Greek. He compared these languages, and with this there emerged one branch of linguistics, and that is comparative linguistics. So what comparative linguists does, they try to find the similarities between languages, and by comparing the languages they try to find the similarities between them, and after finding the similarities between languages they find the common mother tongue that these languages hold. So okay, so this is what comparative linguists does. Now their focus is not on contemporary languages, but their focus is on dead languages, that is the languages which are dead now. Okay, now to support comparative linguistics, or to show comparison between languages, there came laws after that, and these laws were the Grimm's laws, after their proponents' names only, and then we have Werner's laws too. After this, new grammarians came, and they came with their theory of sound change. Their theory of sound change says that sound change is regular and it is phonetically conditioned. Okay, every word is important here. And new grammarians focus was on contemporary languages, that were present at that moment of time. Why as we just now read, that comparative linguists focus was on dead languages. So this is the difference that is there. Now after this new grammarians theory, we have other branch of linguistics that came in, that showed up, and that was structural linguistics. And this branch of linguistics credit goes to Saussure. In his book Course in General Linguistics, he gave many dichotomies, and one of the dichotomy was synchronic and diachronic distinction. And Saussure paid attention to synchronic analysis of a language, and this is one point which is very important, that is, before Saussure, all the studies of a language, all the analysis which were taking place of the language were all diachronic in nature. It was Saussure who came in and who emphasized the importance of synchronic analysis of language. After this, many linguists came in, and one of the linguists was Bloomfield, and he gave his notion of linguistics, and he said that linguistics should not be studied as a subject in association with any other subject, as it was studied in association with psychology. It was very much linked with psychology. He said no, it shouldn't be studied like that, but it should be studied as a separate subject. As we know, in behaviorism, linguistics was associated with psychology only. Language was studied in relation with psychology in behaviorism. Now one more point he said, it was that linguistic levels are there. We have phonology level, we have phonetics level, morphology level, syntax and semantics level. He said that these levels are independent of each other, so they should not be linked with each other. These were some of the points that were made by Bloomfield. And then we have the Chomsky, and he did we will say that he as behaviorism was more likely towards psychology, cognitivist theory was more of a mindful in nature. It was more cognitive in nature. So it was Chomsky who is credited for this cognitive theory of a language. So this was all the theoretical background which is important for starting with the chapter, or for leading to this chapter. Thank you so much.